What a hell of a game, man. Who knew being a head coach, man? I almost had a heart attack about multiple times, man. That's why I love this game, man. It can take you from an all-time high to an all-time low within seconds. But to see our players respond the way they did after the season that we had, being in close games, being down 14-3 at the half, we just been through so much in our time here in the XFL, man, and see them come back and put the second half together, make the adjustments, playing for each other. As a head coach, man, I couldn't be any prouder of my guys, man. Today was a total team victory, from the coaches down to the players, down to our fans. I can't thank our fans enough, man. We got the greatest fans in the XFL. I mean, our fans come out, get loud. They show their support. They didn't waver, understanding that we were 0-3 coming into this game at home. We played in close games. The first game we lost by 3. We lost to Arlington by 2, and then Houston by 2. But we've been in every game. So to come out on this side, on the winning side of it, man, I just wanted to do a victory lap just to say thank you to the fans. And that win was more for them than anything. I'm proud to be a coach here in San Antonio. Proud of our guys, the way we responded in the second half, man. And, hey, we still got a chance. I've seen some crazy things in my lifetime in football. Jack came out and played awesome today. We were balanced. We ran the ball. Drew Beesley came up and had a huge interception for a tough touchdown. We were pretty much perfect on special teams. So today was an awesome feeling. It was a total team victory today, man. I couldn't be any prouder of those guys than I am now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Coach, what were the big keys to Jack having his most productive game of the season?
Just preaching to Jack about situational football, understanding the quick game, understanding what we need when the time presents itself. We knew they were going to run a lot of cover zero. I think he hit Travis over the middle, man. So he was just in sync with everything that we've been working on all week, man. So I was just proud of Jack, man. He's a warrior. Took a beating last week, stayed in the game. And the guys, man, watching that film, he earned a lot of respect, man. So Jack's a warrior. He's going to continue to grow. He want to work on his craft week in and week out, man. And today it was just great to see him put it all together.
Does Holley bring a new dynamic to your offense?
Yeah, listen, Holley's a football player, man. I mean, the guy played quarterback at Kent. So I see a lot of myself in him from just a jack of all trades, man. He can do it all. He's just a natural football player. He's smart because he played the quarterback position. Yeah, it was a great pickup by Will Lewis, our player personnel guy, man. Houston cut him for whatever reason. I say, for us, it was a great opportunity for us to bring a hell of a football player. He stepped up in a big way, made some huge explosive plays for us that we needed and we really hadn't had all season long. We changed it up, started going 4 wides to mix it up this week. I wanted to spread things out and put all of our football players out on the field. And Nick rose to the occasion, man. I was happy for him.
This offense has been under scrutiny for so much of the year. What are the emotions like for you and the guys just being able to have the kind of success you did today?
Yeah, we're always going to be under scrutiny. I mean, when you have dealing with injuries from week 1 until week 9, it's hard to find consistency. And I know other teams have done it, but it's really going to come down to the healthiest team, that's going to really have a legitimate chance of winning this thing. But I'm proud of our guys. I mean, we've gone through 4 quarterbacks over a season. Probably 10 to 15 offensive linemen, different combinations. But we didn't waver. We're still plugging away. They didn't quit on me. That was what I was preaching, man. I just stay in the fight with me. We're going to continue to coach hard. I'm going to continue to, make sure they're putting good things on tape for their resume. And today, man, I couldn't, like I say, it was just awesome being down 14-3 and to come out the way we did. We scored right before half, made it 14-10, and then scored again coming out of the half. And you can't execute any better than that. So, I was just proud of the guys, the way they responded, man. I'm so happy. So just being in that locker room, man, I almost shed a tear. I'm always an emotional guy because I love these guys so much, man. I want them to experience everything that they can get out of football because when it's done, it's over with. So to see the locker room, to see the joy, to see the happiness on those guys' face made me happy.
Your offensive line opened up holes today, protected your quarterback today, something they've had trouble with all season. What do you attribute the difference?
Man, just grinding, executing, staying on the playbooks. We use different combinations of guys, man, and all those guys, when they got in, I held them accountable. If you're not going to execute and do what we want, we won't play you, So we'll keep rotating and try to find our starting five. But really, in a game like this, it took everybody. We used all our offensive line, and it was a good team victory, man. I was just glad that the players tasted victory the way they did, the way we came back, and hopefully it is something that they can grow from, When you're playing in all these games and as close as we are and as bad as we were on offense, we still had a chance to win a lot of these games. So, I know our record's 3-6, but you look at our season, we've been in every ball game. And, I've been on teams that's been like that. You're losing by less than 5-6 points. The next year you turn it around, you learn how to win those games. So going through the rough times, the trials and tribulation of being so close but yet falling short can actually help you in the long run, and these guys can grow from it. And really that's what this league is all about, is about developing guys, developing situations that they've been in, learn from it, and continue to get better.
A couple of weeks back in your post-game conversation after one of the losses, you pretty candidly said your team right now at that time was not a playoff team. In the past 2 weeks, you've taken the South Division champion Houston Roughnecks right down to overtime. Great win this week. How do you feel now with that opportunity still existing?
I mean, we're still growing. We're still learning, man. Like I said, in the previous games that we lost, we didn't know how to win those games. Today, we found a way to win it. We didn't say, oh, no, here we go again. Instead, we embraced it. The guys was in the locker room. They were fired up. And we came out and we made our adjustments, and they competed to the very end. And so guys stepped up that you normally don't think about. Nick Holley came up and made some huge plays. He just got here, but he saw the makeup of our team, and he had some words of encouragement to the players, like, yeah, we lost to Houston, but we really won that game. And players know it. They know it. So that's what he said to the team. So coming from Nick, who was on Houston, and then being on this side and losing, he still felt like we were the better team, just because the prep that we've done, the way we fought to the very end, we just didn't find a way to win that game. So, I'm just happy to get this win. We don't control our own destiny. We need a little help. That's disappointing. You look back, and if we can just find a way to win some of those games, we wouldn't even be in this position. So for me, we're just taking it one game at a time. I'm going to continue to coach hard. I had some discipline problems early in-house. I took care. So you didn't see some players out there early because I'm not going to tolerate it and let them know. I coach hard. If you get your opportunity at the next level, guess what? It's cutthroat. They cut you. So, there were some guys that didn't start the game off, which as a coach, Coach Belichick didn't start his cornerback in the Super Bowl either and play him the whole time. So just life lessons, man. I didn't want to do anything to jeopardize our chances, but at the same time, I wanted those guys to know that we're not going to tolerate certain things. That we have policies, we have rules, and that's why they didn't start. So. As a head coach, sometimes you're like, do you overlook the things, or is it a good teaching moment for our players to understand that I don't care who you are, you got rules, you got policies. I want to make sure that when you do get that opportunity to get to the next level, that you don't cut yourself by doing silly stuff. My message to the guys all year has been, you got NFL dreams, but you got playground habits. So when you act like a kid and you do kiddish stuff, your dream won't happen. So some people may agree, some people may disagree, but I coach hard. I want the best for my players. I want to make sure that I give them every opportunity so they don't get cut when they do get that opportunity at the next level. So that's why you didn't see some of the starters in there. I'm not going to go into the details of what happens. Just my rules are my rules, and no one's above any rules. So we found a way to win games, and they were right there. They were made some key plays for us. So it was a good learning lesson for those guys.
Last question.
Coach, listening to your press conference today, you talked about how players have learned, they've gotten better, they're starting to now be winners, they're starting to not make maybe stupid life mistakes. With the 3 home games here at the end and with this big win today, if things do work out in the sense other teams help you, is the team really where it needs to be right now? It seems like are you peaking a little bit right now?
Nah, I don't know if it's peaking. We're coming together, and we're playing complementary football. The defense have been playing lights out all season long. Special team has been great. Offensively, it wasn't up to our standard. And so, when we're complimenting each other, both in all 3 phases, you pull out a victory like we did today. We were perfect on special teams. Romo was awesome. When he gets out there, I call him Mr. Automatic. Great protection. Brad punted the crap out of the ball. Guys made plays. Then defensively, yes, we gave up an early touchdown because we didn't have all our starters out there, but it doesn't matter. If you're out there, expectations doesn't change. So that one's a little on the guys who were disciplined for not being there. And I'm going to stay true to who I am. Regardless of who you are, we have rules. And offensively, man, I think we changed our game plan, our scheme schematically by, trying to help Jack. Jack can read coverages. For me, he's not the most mobile guy, but he can pick up a first down. But really today's game plan was to try to take less hits off of him, get the ball out of his hand, let him go out there and execute, open him up, spread it out in space, and run the ball. So I was extremely happy today. Going into it, we had balance. We were running the ball, passing the ball. My goals on offense was don't turn the ball over, and I know JP had that fumble. He spun out of it, but he's a guy who year in, week in and day in, he works on his craft. And, for that, things are going to happen when you're trying to get extra yards. So that didn't really bother me because I knew he was going to come back in and respond in a big way. But yet we still turned the ball over. I think we created a turnover. I asked for defense to give me 2. They did. I asked them to try to get off the field, and I think they were still a little 50%. Our defense gave up. I wanted like 40% to be there, but they made plays when plays presented itself. So I was just happy, man. Today's a team victory. Today was a victory for our fans, for the city of San Antonio, because we've been in so many close games here at the Alamo Dome, and to see the team come together as a unit and find a way to win this game was just awesome.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you again.
First home win, the Lambeau leap,
Yeah.
the wave and everything.
Listen, whatever we got to do, man, I'm so thankful. I can't say enough about our fans, man. That's part of the reason why I wanted to be the head coach here in San Antonio. And This is what I had envisioned, to play in games like this and to find a way to win and to see their support. Disappointed myself because I wanted to put a better product out there. But at the same time, it's year one. I'm still learning. I think every week I learn something, but I love the crap out of my guys, man. I love them, and I'm not too proud to show them how much I love them too. So to see them fight hard, man, it was a total team victory today.
Jack, how'd you feel about your play and the play of the offense overall today?
Yeah, I thought the offense did a great job as a whole. Thought the O-line did a great job, up front running the ball and just also in protection. Just really didn't get touched much all day, and when I did, it was probably my fault. And then, the receivers did great, just getting open, what they're supposed to be doing and being in the right spots. Tight ends did a great job blocking and also getting open. And obviously, our running backs had a big day as well. It's always tough to bring those guys down. And honestly, the defense helped us out too, obviously. So I think it was a total team effort, and it was good to see everyone have success.
This was your most productive game individually. I know you credited a lot of your guys, but from your individual performance, was there something that you saw that was a little different today?
Not really. I mean, at the end of the day, quarterbacks feel like they always get too much credit when the team wins and probably take a little too much when the team loses. But it's really, the quarterback's really a team position, and whenever the team's executing, usually the quarterback's having success. So it's really because of the guys, up front and all around me that I had success, and I was just doing my job.
You guys hit the 2 longest plays that you've hit from scrimmage this season in this game today. Was there something that was different to open up downfield a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, the one we hit, before half, we definitely saw what they were doing on defense, and, Nick Holley was he was actually calling for that play, and, our coach didn't even know that, and he just thought of the perfect play call for what they were running. And then the next one I hit to him, I mean, they just kind of busted the coverage a little bit, and I was able to see it. So, yeah, that was pretty much it.
What has Nick Holley kind of brought to your offense? Is there a different dynamic with him out there?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like he's a veteran guy. I mean, he really knows, football really well. He knows what spots he needs to be in. He's good at seeing coverages and reading defenses. And, he's added a leadership presence to our team that I think has helped a lot. He's been pretty vocal so far. And, yeah, it's been a lot of fun to play with him.
Your offense has been under scrutiny for so much of the year. What were the emotions like just to be able to have some of the success you guys enjoyed today?
Yeah, it means a lot to us. I mean, I think we were waiting to have a big performance like this. I mean, it's been a very difficult season for us and the team as a whole. And a lot of the season it's been one guy's doing something good and the next guy's doing something bad, and it's kind of hurt us. But to see everyone on the same page for, most of the plays in the game was awesome, and hopefully we could build upon it.
So, Nick, how did you feel about the play of the offense overall today? What jumped out to you about the way you guys performed?
I think the most thing that jumped out to me, and I've only been here 2 weeks, is just seeing them come together and fuel off one another. And I think that brought execution, it brought momentum, and ultimately it brought points. So I think ultimately we all came together and we executed, and that's the biggest difference I've seen from either last week or just watching film from weeks before.
Yeah, I don't know how much you were plugged into what they were doing before you got here, but your 2 catches today were the 2 longest plays from scrimmage that they've hit this season. Was there something that you bring to the table that allows that, or that opened that up for you guys today?
Just an opportunity. I was fortunate enough. I played Orlando a couple times, and I played quarterback before, so I understand coverages and kind of have a feel for it. And, obviously the O-line gave us enough time to get the ball out there. Jack put it where it needed to be, and, I got to do my job, so that's it.
What's the process been like for you this season, I guess, starting at Houston and then ending up here? How did it sort of play out?
I won't comment too much on that. I will say that, as a Houston Roughneck, I'm going to say as a starter, I was undefeated. We'll just put it that way. And then, I'll just be honest. I am so grateful for the opportunity that the Brahmas gave me, and with Mr. Ward and Mr. Lewis, and just to be out here. I'm extremely humbled. I know when I got released how I felt. I actually, I drove down to Houston, and I went to the Houston-St. Louis game, and I sat in the stands, and I wanted to watch it. I wanted to feel it. And I said, you know what, this is what it feels like to not be on the field. So for them to bless me with this opportunity, I couldn't be more fortunate and more grateful.
This offense has obviously faced some struggles this year. What were the emotions like on the field and even now in the locker room just to have the success that you guys enjoyed today?
Relief. I think relief. We had some points on there, but obviously our defense gave us a break. There's still some things that we can work on and build off of, but I mean, we showed a glimpse of what we can be, and the things that I've seen just from my short time being here is that this is a team. Now we, whatever, have had some misfortune. But if you watch, they're in every single game. You know, this team fights. It's just the little things that they need to overcome to accomplish what we want to accomplish, and we're still in it.
What a game.
Drew, how are you doing?
Doing good. How about you?
Good, good. I wanted to know what it was like and what the emotions are like in the locker room just to deliver a win for your fans and to stay alive in the playoff race.
Oh, man, it's an unbelievable feeling. You know, our backs were against the wall for a long time, and, you know, to get a win for the people of San Antonio, you know, it's something they've been craving for a while, and, you know, that they've been showing up, cheering their hearts out every week. We come back to the Alamo Dome, so we appreciate them very much. And then, you know, it's just an awesome atmosphere, and, you know, created a tough environment for the opposing offense, and, you know, just we're having fun playing ball.
How did you feel about the performance of your defensive unit overall today?
Well, I think we played very, very well. You know, we gave them a couple plays, but for the majority of the part, we shut down the run, and you know, we stopped the passing game too. They kept switching out quarterbacks, and, you know, we adjusted accordingly. So I think our defense adjusted very well.
You obviously made a huge play with the interception return for a touchdown. Can you take me through that one? What did you see on that play?
Well, I saw a pass set, and I saw the quarterback go through his reads, and then he went to his third read, and I felt the running back head to the flat. So my body just instinctively just took me there, and, you know, he threw the ball. I tipped the ball, and, you know, just made a play, and, you know, went to go celebrate with the fans, and, you know, that Lambeau leap, that was a lot of fun.
I was going to ask about that. Did you know, like, if you scored a touchdown in this season, you wanted to do that, or did that just come to you spontaneously?
I actually like told myself and pictured, like, the night before, you know, I feel like I'm going to score tomorrow, and, you know, if I do, I'm going to jump and celebrate with the fans, and, you know, that dream ended up becoming a reality, and, man, it's something I'll never forget.
It's really the last 3 or 4 games. It seems like you flashed quite a bit, had a few sacks, and more productive compared to earlier in the season. Is there something that you feel like you flipped a switch or turned a corner somewhere that made a difference?
No, I mean, I try to keep my game as consistent as I can, and, you know, Coach Hines always talks about, you know, keep going. You know, we're not out of this yet, and, you know, a lot of things have not gone our way this season, but, you know, that doesn't prevent us from showing up and giving up. You know, we keep chopping, and, you know, we try to figure out a way to get the job done.
Saw the chain on from out of town. Is that something special? I know I've seen wrestling belts and different things. What's the significance of the chain?
I mean, I'm not really sure, but, like, you know, that's a tradition that we're establishing, the turnover chain, and, you know, you make a play like that, you get to take a picture with that nice thing. So, you know, glad I got an opportunity to do that.
In the sombrero.
In the sombrero, yeah.
Yes, on the sombrero.
With that interception, what goes through your mind when you have that ball in your hand and you see that clear path as a defensive player?
I was just like, I hope they don't catch me, because I saw the quarterback and then I saw the running back, and I'm like, am I home free? And I was just like, man, I'm just going to run for the end zone as fast as I can, and, you know, hopefully they don't catch me. And, you know, that's ended up what happened.